Hi, it's Jay the Boss, and you're watching Boss Talk, and I'm here with Swizz Beatz.
I really don't work in the studio with people I don't vibe with. You know, like some people there be in the studio just for money and different things like that. Like I really have to find some type of synergy, especially this particular time of my career. I was pretty much protected from that because it was more of a family-orientated business with Rough Riders. And then I would, you know, step outside of that and work with a Jay-Z or Busta Rhymes or B or whoever. But those are all along the guidelines of a mutual respect, you know, same vision. And so I kind of played along the lines, the same lines, which are parallel with energy throughout this whole time. Even though at that time I didn't notice that that's what I was doing, but now it all makes sense.
Speaking of energy, because you're like kind of preluding every question, which is great. DMX, you had said that you wanted to really focus on his career again, and he, to me, is one of a kind. He's one of those artists that's, I mean, you can't find another DMX. And a lot of people that have followed Rough Riders and have followed you, like, really appreciate that you haven't really, you know, got Hollywood or was like, oh no, DMX is going through some things or whatever. So how is it going to be bringing his project back to the public? I know he's not really understood all the time. What would that message be to the people to get them to understand DMX?
Well, I don't think that he was ever understood.
He wasn't.
You know, he was understood by me because, you know, we spent a lot of time together. I know who he is, and unfortunately, you know, but fortunately, he's the same person since day one. It's just that social media highlights the negativity faster than it would have happened when we didn't have all the social media. Certain things wouldn't have gotten out, or certain things would have been protected. It was a more tighter circle. Now, you know, somebody sitting over there in the club that you never even said hi to can put your business out there, or this, that, and the third. So now he's being highlighted for every little, you know, time he gets pulled over without a license or this or that. But if you really look at DMX, did he ever really commit any real crimes?
No, but see, that's the best part about him to me, like, personally, is that DMX, you could say all these negative things.
I mean, he did commit crimes, but did he commit, like, as far as on the music front?
Right.
You know,
but that's where my head was at when I said.
I just gotta be clear because, you know, he does have a jail record, so he obviously did some type of crimes, but, you know.
But that doesn't really take away his credibility as an artist at all. Like, he's one of, Rough Riders alone even, is one of the strongest hip-hop groups ever. There's not any fallouts, there's not any, oh, we came back. There's always that sense of family, so people appreciate that you still take DMX and say, I'm still working with my brother, or, you know, however he is to you, and I just wanted to know, how are you going to do that project? I kind of wanted an exclusive on that.
Well, for me it's exciting. You know, it's an amazing story, and he deserves it. I think that his time got stopped too short. You know, people was just now when he stopped really doing his thing, you know, and not really focusing on whatever the personal issues were at that time.
Right.
I think it was too short. You know, like it wasn't like long lived. So I'm like, man, like, you know, we put in all this work and built this amazing brand through family and creativity, and just to let it just go out the door and just be in vain. So my thing is, you know, I want to try as much as possible to ignite that synergy back with X. And, you know, I can't force him to do something you don't want to do, you know, but the good part is he's in a great space, you know.
Are you going to get on the track with them, or are you going to kind of reduce beats?
We pull this off. It's a classic. You know, from the title alone, it's 10 songs of back-to-back classics. We're not playing around.
Any collaborations, or it's just about DMX? It's almost like it's his birthday.
It's definitely about DMX, but the thing is, from the creative standpoint, I give him that power. You know, I might suggest that he put an X, Y, and Z on the track, but he might not want that person on the track. So, from a story standpoint, from a conceptual standpoint, I think the album is going to be pretty serious. And from a musical standpoint, as far as production, that's already done. Like that's already.
So do you have a release date? You just kind of, it's still working.
Yeah, because, like, you know, people want to talk about things so early. They just want to make announcements, and I'm like, you know what? we got to take this serious. The only way we make an announcement if we know 100% we ready to go to war. We ready to back up everything that we say. And until then, we just take our time, and when it's right, it's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the education. BossTalk.biz, Boss Talk, Jada Boss.
Boss Talk.